long time no see. I decided to create this video where you guys can have access to it wherever, whenever, because I know as a makeup artist and educator, it's sometimes hard to really grasp and understand everything that you're learning throughout a masterclass. One, because it's so fast, you're in the moment, and two, it's nice to have something where you can access and just refresh your memory here and there. So I really hope that this video is useful to you guys. It's special because only you guys have access to it. So I hope you guys enjoy it and I hope you use it. And like I said, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me on any of my social media platforms, phone number, email. Just let me know that you guys are from the masterclass and I would be happy to help you master your makeup. Let's get on with it. I already have Marissa's eyes primed and I'm going to start by filling in her eyebrows. So we have our e.l.f. eyebrow pencil that we're going to be using today. What I like to do is always brush up the brow first because I don't really like too much of a harsh brow. I feel like it really takes away from the actual eye makeup. So I like to keep it super soft, but I will fill in any gaps that she has going on. Carve it out first and give it the shape that I desire. Eyebrow shape is really up to preference. To the front of the brow, that's probably the trickiest part. Hold the eyebrow to the end. Because if you hold it like this, it's going to be like a pencil and the pressure is going to be way too hard. So you're going to want to hold it at the end, kind of where the spoolie is. Really flick up. Literally like mimicking how a hair would look. If you don't have any eyebrows, take the pencil and you're just going to draw the eyebrow on first with a very light hand. And then you would fill in. You're just going to shape it out first. Brush up in the front. You're doing your own makeup, like take a little step back from your mirror for a second and kind of just evaluate the way they look. If you guys do have a concealer at home, I recommend using a concealer just to really sharpen up that brow. Bam! Look at that. It's so important to clean up the brows. So you guys don't have a concealer in your goodie bag, but you do have an eye primer that will do the same effect. The reason I didn't put a concealer in your guys' goodie bag, it would have been impossible to me to know what shade you guys were. So that's why. I always do a little bit on top. It just gives that nice clean looking brow. But it's definitely not a step that you have to take. I always say the bottom is more important. We all have the same eyeshadow palette with a different color scheme. Go ahead and go into this shade right here. I don't want to open my eyeshadow brushes yet. I wanted to open them for the masterclass. So this is actually pre-filmed before the masterclass. So I'm going to go ahead and have you guys take the fluffiest brush in your kit. I could insert a little picture to show you guys which one that is, but you're going to be taking the fluffiest brush. So that's the blending brush. And we're going to go ahead and set the eye with the lightest color in the palette. It's all over. This will just make the blend a lot more seamless. Take a look at this palette. There's shimmer and matte. Right now, we're going to be using the matte shades. So the next shade that's the lightest would be this guy right here, which is the next shade that we'll be taking. So what I like to do is I always like to tap off any product because I can always add more. And then when you're holding the brush, you really want to hold it from the end and blend, because if you hold it like this, it's going to have too much pressure and your eye's not going to give you that seamless blend that you're looking for. So you always want to have the brush like this, and if you catch yourself going like this, you'll notice that the pressure is really affecting the way the eyeshadow is looking. In windshield wiper motions back and forth, creating a seamless blend. How pretty that color is. Woo. Windshield wiper motions. And you can really look at it and see if you want to intensify the transition or leave it how it is. I personally think I'm going to leave it how it is. It is a little bit on the darker side for a transition color, so I don't think I would go any darker with that. I always like to do skin after eye, but for this sake, we're really just focused on the eyes, and you can't really get the full idea of the eye if the skin isn't done, like on camera. But I would definitely recommend, if you guys are going out or whatever you're doing your makeup for, to start with your eyes. So if you mess up or you have fallout, you can easily just take a makeup wipe and get rid of it. See, there's a little bit of fallout with these palettes. You always want to tap it off. My sister has more of a hooded eye, so we really want to embrace the lid. We want to create a lid. So when you look at her, it's not getting lost. And depending on your eye shape, which is why I left that flyer in front of you guys during the masterclass, because every eye is different, so every eye you're gonna take on a different way. We're really gonna focus the darker color on the outer V and bring it up a little. First, I'm gonna place it down where I want it, because you always wanna place down the product first before blending it. I'm gonna take the other side of the brush that barely has any product, and I'm gonna use that to blend it out. Focus on bringing that up into the crease, but as you can see, I'm not bringing that color into the lid. I'm really just focusing this on the outer corner. I'm gonna place it first, make sure any of the excess is off. Now we're gonna take that big fluffy brush that we started with, and we're just gonna go ahead and blend those colors together a little bit. You obviously don't want them to mesh so much because you do want that dimension, but you do want it to look seamless. So you're just gonna blend it out a little. The lightest shimmer shade in your palette, or of course you can go dark if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lightest shimmer in this palette, which would be this one. Well, it could be either or, but I want an intense shimmer, so we're gonna go ahead and use this one. This can actually intensify shimmers with, if you have like a spray, a setting spray, contact solution, you can just dip it in just a little bit, really intensify that lid color. And just place it down. Oh, I like to pat the lid color on because it is a shimmer, and you really want it to stick where you want it. You don't want this to be all over the eye. And since she has hooded eyes, I'm gonna have her open. So you see, you don't really see the lid. So I am gonna bring this up just a little bit. Not too far, but just a little bit to really embrace and open up her eye a little. You see how I brought it up a little bit? You never want to have like a line. You're not doing a cut crease, so you really want to make sure you're blending this. Take the next darkest, which would be this guy, and we're going to use that to create the dimension that we need to complete this eye look. Greater sign, that's what you're kind of creating. So you're kind of just going like this, placing it down and blending it upwards. You're literally creating that sign, but very, very softly. You want to go very, very light with your pressure, because you don't want this to be too dark and you don't want it to be too aggressive. It looks so dark on the camera, but now I'm going to make sure this brush is clean, because you really don't want to go any more than that, because you'll see this will blend out to be plenty. So I'm just going to blend it with a light pressure, bring it up. Remember, place it down and then blend like the greater sign. I'm gonna take a step back, look at me. And I can see that this is definitely not seamless. I need to blend it out a little more. So what I'm gonna do is take a clean brush, and I'm just going to blend it out with such light pressure, because you don't want to move the eyeshadow. You really just want to make sure it looks seamless. We're gonna go ahead and do the eyeliner first. Right here, we're gonna take this pod. This is the best, by the way. Take the angle brush that's in your brush set, and we're gonna do the wing liner. Her eyes are hooded, so you don't want it to be too thick, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna make her eyes look smaller. I see where her eyebrow ends. That's really where I want to focus this product, like right here. You can even draw it out a little first. Just like that. Like stamp it on. I feel like starting, just stamp on the wing until you get comfortable, like that. So it's really just like connecting the lines, I feel like. Things are not easy, and I feel like this is definitely something that comes with practice. I like to just stamp it on if you're having a hard time with a light hand and a thin motion, because then you can always go back to fix it. At the end of the time, your wings are not going to be 100% the same. I mean, I'm on my year 7 of doing wing liner, and I have to say I walk out of the house and they're not the same, and not one person will ever notice, and I still get compliment on my wing liner. So you can't be too hard on yourself. They're not going to be the exact same. I mean, maybe one day, but it's an illusion. Go ahead and take a makeup wipe. And this is obviously what you would do if you didn't have foundation on, but I'll just fix it. And you're going to go ahead and look this way. This is great for when you're just starting out with wing liner, because look down. because you can literally create the sharpness with the makeup wipe and your nail. This makes it look so sharp and you fool everyone. I always like to clean up with a little concealer, giving that sharp effect. Look up. These are just like extra steps that you don't have to do, but if you have the time or you're trying to really perfect your makeup, there are different tips to have that are helpful. So there we go. I am going to put lashes on her. Look down. This is going to be way too big for her eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them just a little bit so this is not poking her and they're comfortable to wear. When you're applying lashes on yourself or someone else, you really want to never close your eyes all the way. The best glue is the Duo Black Glue. It just dries so quickly and it makes it so much easier. With the white glue, you have to make sure that you wait till it gets tacky. But you always want to keep your eye open and let it dry, and I promise you applying lashes will become that much more easier for you. When you close your eye, they end up everywhere. Especially with the black glue, it'll be all over your eye look that you just created. Look this way. Take that darkest color and you see where the wing is? I'm just going to kind of diffuse it a little bit up. This is going to create a nice smoky effect. Just giving it a little more like oomph. Brush that I'm going to post right here, which one you're using. And I'm going to be taking this color right here, this pinky mauvey color. Always for this part, tap off the excess because it will fall, and hold it like this. Placing the color that I placed all over before I started the eyeshadow and just highlighting the brow with that. I'm gonna just highlight the inner corner a little bit with the same lid color that I have going on. This just brings a little brightness, especially when you have hooded eyes or small eyes. This really just brightens up your eye shape. I'll be applying mascara to the lashes and the bottom lashes. Look up for me. She has beautiful lashes on the bottom. I always like to connect the fake lash with the real lash. Alright guys, so this is the completed eye look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A very universal eyeshadow look. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm here for you. I love makeup. I love talking about makeup, so don't ever feel like you're a bother. I hope you guys actually learned something from this, and if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Alright guys, it was so nice meeting you all at the MasterClass, and I hope you guys take this information away with you and enjoy it forever. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you watching this, and I hope to talk to you guys one day in the future. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys soon.